and welcome back to Beyond. My name is Emma. Today we are going to be taking a look at the famous dystopian novel 1984 by George Orwell and its main characters. We're going to start with the character of Winston Smith. He is the protagonist of the novel, which means he is the main character. He is age 39 and he is described as being thin, frail, contemplative and intellectual. He is a minor member of the ruling party whose job is within the records department of the Ministry of Truth. His role is to continually doctor the truth by rewriting historical documents to align with the ever-changing government agenda. He grows to hate totalitarian government control and dreams of a revolution while testing its power by committing many crimes, including illegally purchasing a diary in which he records his criminal thoughts. It is later revealed he has been under surveillance and is swiftly captured with his girlfriend Julia, who he has been in an illegal relationship with. Winston endures months of torture before being forced to face his worst fears in room 101. He eventually becomes an obedient party member filled with adoration for Big Brother. Next is Julia. She's never given a surname within the novel, but she becomes Winston's love interest and ally in rebellion. She is described as beautiful and dark-haired and both pragmatic and optimistic. Their paths first cross as they both work in the Ministry of Truth, where she presents herself as a zealous party follower. Initially, Winston is filled with disgust that she is so fanatical and he fantasises about causing her harm. Described as being more intuitive and realistic than Winston, she knows more cunning ways to deceive the party. While donning an anti-sex sash, she continues illicit affairs with party members, using her sexual allure to her advantage. While she appears to be Winston's ally in revolution, her rebellion is purely for her own desires rather than Winston's fight for future generations. Captured and tortured by the thought police, she is first to betray Winston before also being transformed into an obedient party member. And then we have O'Brien. He is a prominent leader in the inner party. He can be described as mysterious, powerful and sophisticated. Despite his close ties to Big Brother, there are suggestions that he might be part of the Brotherhood, a group of anti-rebels, and he quickly gains the trust of other anti-rebels, including Winston. By masquerading in this way, he gets the anti-rebels to confess to matters of treason and other arrestable offences before revealing that he has been surveilling them all along. After Winston and Julia's arrest, it is revealed that he works as a torturer for the Ministry of Love and takes great pleasure in doing so, even when torturing Winston. It is said that he represents leaders like Hitler and Stalin who used torture and cruelty as their primary method of control. And then, of course, we have the infamous Big Brother. He is the supreme leader of the party ruling Oceania, and we never see a physical representation of him. We learn, however, that he is a war hero, a philosopher and master inventor, but there is never any confirmation of his true existence. His face is plastered everywhere around Oceania, coins, billboards and telescreens, with the slogan, "Big Brother is watching you." While his name suggests trust, protection and affection, he keeps Oceania's residents living in a state of fear and compliance. However, Winston and members of the Brotherhood see him as an ominous, threatening figure. He haunts Winston and fills him with hatred and fascination. It is said that Big Brother's character was inspired by the totalitarian power structures that Orwell despised. Next is Emmanuel Goldstein. At the beginning of the novel, during the 2 minutes hate speech, Emmanuel Goldstein is introduced as the principal enemy of the state. Once an important party member, he became a traitor and was sentenced to death, yet he escaped and formed the Brotherhood. Like Big Brother, Emmanuel Goldstein likely doesn't exist, but he is a propaganda tool to keep citizens in line and stir up rebellion. The party uses him as a decoy to be able to hurt the populace and pass it off as an act of terrorism by Goldstein and the Brotherhood. He is the alleged author of the theory and practice of oligarchical collectivism. Winston is profoundly affected by what he reads in this book. However, it is later revealed that the book was in fact authored by O'Brien and other party loyalists who created it as a tool to lure in anti-party rebels and thought criminals. And now we are taking a look at Mr. Charrington. He is an old man who lives in the Pearl district and owns a second-hand store. Proles who live there are given more freedoms than minor party members, but lack the awareness to appreciate the freedoms that they are given. In the kind and encouraging character of Mr. Charrington, Winston finds an ally in his thoughts of rebellion against the party. He trusts him for his reverence of the past and believes proles like him hold the key to changing the future. Mr. Charrington aids Winston by facilitating his various crimes towards the party before revealing himself as a member of the Thought Police, and he has been deceiving Winston from the start. Syme is an incredibly intelligent and outgoing character who works with Winston in the Ministry of Truth. He is a language specialist, and at the opening of the novel, he is working on a new edition of the Newspeak Dictionary. This is a tool to restrict grammar and language to diminish the range and thought of Oceania's residents. Winston believes Syme is too intelligent for the party, and he is proved correct when he discovers that Syme has just disappeared, as if he never existed. In truth, he was arrested by the party and almost certainly vaporised. The Parsons family. They are a representation of an average Oceania family, and they are obnoxious and dull. They are also Winston's neighbours. Winston despises Tom Parsons, the father of the family, for his unfaltering acceptance of the party's doctrine. Their suspicious and ill-mannered children are members of the junior spies, and even when their own father is overheard criticising the party in his sleep, his daughter shows her loyalty to the party by reporting him, and he is presumably executed. Click the link below to take a look at Beyond's 1984 character cards that can be used for a wide range of revision purposes, as well as helping you to become an expert in the main characters from the novel. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe below.